Hi guys, welcome back to Elite Math Studio. So today we'll be going through Primary 1 numbers within 20. Numbers within 20. Okay, let's start. So the first concept, same thing as the previous topic, which is numbers within 10. We're going to start by comparing the numbers. But just in this case now, our numbers actually going to be what? Bigger. It's just going to be bigger in the value. Okay, so let's read the first one again. The first one, arrange the numbers from the smallest to biggest. So the smallest biggest for this would be 7, 11, pardon me, it should be 7, 9, 11, 14, and 20. Okay, the next one, arrange the numbers from biggest to smallest. So biggest would be 16, 12, 10, 7, and 3. Okay. Sorry. Next one. We will go through next one. Arrange the numbers from smallest to biggest. Smallest to biggest. For this one will be 5, 9, 10, 11, and 18. Okay, the next one. Arrange the following numbers from biggest to smallest. Biggest for this case will be 14, 12, 11, 9, and 8. Okay, next one. Arrange the following numbers in ascending order. I hope you guys still remember what's ascending. Ascending means from small to big. Small to big. So what's the smallest number here? Small number will be 11, followed by 12, followed by 13, followed by 17, last but not least, followed by 19. Okay, Ken? We will move on to the next few questions. We'll go through the next few questions. Next one. We need to arrange the following numbers in descending order. Descending order, remember, descending order should be what? From biggest to smallest. So in this case, what's the biggest number? Biggest is actually 17. Followed by 16, followed by 11, followed by 10, followed by 8. Okay, next one, you're supposed to arrange your values in ascending order, which is smallest to biggest, which is 6, 11, 12, 13, and 15. Okay, Ken? So the next page, same thing as the previous one. I'll give you some exercises for you to work on. So what you can do now is actually pause the video, work on it, and then if you have any doubts, you can actually refer back to the previous worksheet to see what does the different phrases mean: ascending, descending, etc. Okay, next one, we'll do the next concept is what we call as the number patterns. The number patterns, okay, so remember the last one we did, the number patterns is either you keep adding by the same amount, or you keep adding by 1, for example, keep adding by 1, or keep adding by 2, or in some cases we do subtraction. Okay, keep adding by the same value or keep subtracting by the same value. So let's try the first one first. 6, 7, 8, blank, 10, 11. So that's actually pretty straightforward. This one you just keep adding by 1. Okay, so if you keep adding by 1, this will be what? 9. If this one you keep adding by 1, this will be 12. You keep adding by 1 will be 13. Next example, 19, 18, 17, 15, 14, and 11. For this one, we look at the relationship. It should be negative, minus 1, minus 1. So next one will be minus 1, which is 16. 14 minus 1 will be what? 13. This minus 1 will be 12. Okay, next one, 2, 4, 6. So just look at this. Our relationship should be what? Plus 2, plus 2. Okay, so the next one most likely will be plus 2, which is 8. Plus another 2 will be 10. You plus 2, which is 12, which is right. Now you plus 2 again, which is 14. You plus another 2, which is 16. You plus 2, which is what? 18 and 20, which is right. Okay, next one. You look at the first three numbers for this case. 13, 3, and 5. So relationship for this, also, you can take it as plus 2, plus 2. This will be what? Plus 2 will be what? 7. Plus another 2, 11, 9. Plus 2, which is 13. You plus 2, which is what? 17. And then you plus 2, which is 19. Okay, Okay, let's move on to the next few examples. In this one, look at the first three numbers, 1, 4, 7. So for this case, you realize actually we need to what? Add 3. You need to add 3 to each number. So next number you need to add 3 as well. So it should be 10. You add another 3, then it's right, it's 13. Then you continue the pattern. Another 3, which is 16. You add another 3, will be 19. Okay, the next one, look at the middle number, 14, 11, and 8. So I can therefore conclude is actually you keep subtracting by what? You keep subtracting by 3. Minus 3. So this one minus 3. This one minus 3. Okay, so it becomes 5. Sorry, 5. Then you sub minus 3. This becomes 2. This one, you minus 3. So it becomes 17. Next one, look at the first three numbers, 2, 4, 10. I can conclude each one, you add by 4. So next two numbers will be add 4, 14, you add another 4, which is 18. The next one, you look at the last three, 11, 7, and 3. So what I can do is actually from the right, if you go to the left, will be add 4, you add another 4, and then you add another 4. So answer will be 15. Okay, next one, 1, 6, and 11. The pattern will be you add 5. Okay, so the answer will be 16. Okay, we shoot the whole thing up. Last 4 examples. Okay, the last 4 examples. This one, we look at this will be 11 and 13. So I think is you need to add by 2. Next one, plus 2 will be what? Oh, okay. This kind of plus 2. So I think this one. Let me see the pattern. Plus 2. I think this pattern will be plus 2. Next one, if you cannot plus 2 here, because if you plus 2, then this will be what? 15. There can't be a double 15. So most likely this one will be u plus 1. So it becomes 14. And plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. Okay, we skip this one. I think there's actually some error for this one. Okay, so we scrape off this one. Next one, 20, 18. So what you can do this one is actually put it like that. From here, minus 2. Here, you minus 2, which is what? 16. You minus 2 again, 14. Minus 2, 12. Minus 2, which is what? 10. You minus 2, which is 8. Next one, 7, 10, and 13. You look at the relationship, it's actually plus 3. And then you plus another 3. So you plus another 3, which becomes what? 16. You're going to add another 3, which is 19. Okay? So ask yourself, what plus 3 will give you 7? It's actually what? 4. And what plus 3 will give you 4? This is actually 1. Okay? 6, 8, 10, 12. This one, same thing. Keep adding by 2. If plus 2, a plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. So next one plus 2 will be 14. You add another 2, which is 16. So as what plus 2 gives you 6 will be what? 4. What plus 2 gives you 4? 2. What plus 2 gives you 2 will be 0. Okay? Can? Yep. So this pattern is actually the same. It means you keep adding by the same number, or you keep subtracting by the same number for all these number patterns. Okay? Can? So let's go to the next worksheet. In this worksheet, we have a few examples. So same thing. Pause the video. We're going to try work it out, the sum. The relationship is very much the same as the previous one. It means you keep adding or keep subtracting the same number. So go and try it out. Okay, pause the video, try it out. Okay, the next concept is pretty simple. We're doing addition within 20. Addition within 20. So let's try first. 11 plus 2, I think it's pretty straightforward enough. It's actually 13. What you can do, or you can just do the working. 11 plus 2, which is 13. Okay, next one, 12 plus 3 will be 15. The next one, 13 plus 4, answer will be 17. Next, 14 plus 5, which is equals to 19. Next one, 15 plus 4, 19 as well. 8 plus 3, 11. Next one, 9 plus 4, which is 13. Next one, 11 plus 5 will be 16. 9 plus 6 will be 15. Next one, 8 plus 7, 15. Okay, let's scroll it up. There's a few more examples. These are quite, yep, just have to get it right. So it's just 19. Next one, this one's actually 16. Okay, 6 plus 5, 11. Sorry, 11 here. Next one, 5 plus 6, 11 as well. 8 plus 7, sorry, 8 plus 7 should be equals to 15. Next one, 7 plus 9 should be equals to our 16. 3 plus 12 equals to 15. 13 plus 6 is actually equals to 19. 13 plus 5 is actually equals to our 18. 8 plus 6 is actually equals to our 14. 7 plus 6 equals to 13. 9 plus 3, this is quite simple, 12. Next one, 13 plus 5 is actually 18. Then we have 12 plus 2, which is equals to 14. Yep. Okay, there's a few last 4 examples. 8 plus 5, yeah, you can just do working out, 13. 9 plus 4 is actually equals to your 13. Okay, 7 plus 3 is actually equals to 13 as well. Last but not least, 19 plus 3 is actually equals to 19. 16 plus 3, I mean, it's actually equals to 19. Okay, so what I just did is actually just basic addition of numbers within 20. If you can do it mentally, it would be good. Else you can actually just do the working out right here, something like that. Okay, so let's move on. Next worksheet is actually the same thing. It's actually just some basic exercises, some addition of whole numbers within 20. Best if you can do it mentally, else you can just simply do out the working out, just as this one. Same thing, just do the working out for this. Okay, if you need this one. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on to the next concept. Now we have done addition within 20. The next one we will do addition within, subtraction within 20. Subtraction within 20. Okay, so the first one, 20 minus 1. Okay, let me zoom in first. Sorry, let me zoom in. 20 minus 1. If you can do it mentally, would be good. Else we can actually try to do some working. So we can just take 20 minus 1. Can 0 minus 1? We can't, so we need to borrow 1 from the 2, so it becomes this, and this becomes 10. 10 minus 1 is 9, so it becomes 19. Okay, for those who actually can do it mentally, that would be good. For those who actually requires working, please go ahead. 20 minus 3, mental, will be just 17. Next one, 19 minus 13 is actually equals to 6. 18 minus 14, which is equals to 4. 12 minus 5 is actually equals to 7. Next one, 13 minus 7 is actually equals to 6. 19 minus 8 equals to 11. 20 minus 9 is actually equals to 11. 19 minus 2 is actually equals to 17. Next one, 19 minus 13 is actually equals to 6. 13 minus 5 is actually equals to 8. 17 minus 12 is actually equals to 5. Okay, we can move on. Next few. Okay, 16 minus 2 is actually equals to 14. 18 minus 13 is actually equals to 5. 20 minus 13 is actually equals to 7. 13 minus 3 is actually equals to 9. Okay, if we could mentally, that would be good. 19 minus 4 will be 7. Else, or just do out working. There's no problem with it. 12 minus 7 is actually equals to 5. 16 minus 9 is actually equals to 7. 15 minus 6 is actually equals to what? 9. 18 minus 9 is actually equals to 9. 17 minus 7 is actually, 12 minus 7 is actually equals to 5. 16 minus 9 is actually equals to 7. 19 minus 8 is actually equals to 9. 12 minus 7 equals to 5. And 17 minus 9 is actually equals to 8. Okay, that's the last two example. 16 minus 7 is actually equals to 9. 13 minus 5 is actually equals to 8. Okay, so what I just if you can really do it mentally, that would be excellent. For those who can't really do it mentally, please just do the working out. Just do the working out, it doesn't matter. Okay, the most important thing is actually get it right. I think that's the most important thing. Okay, just do the working out, doesn't matter at all. Okay, the next exercise, next page, the same thing. The next page is actually an exercise for you to do subtraction between 20. Either you can do it mentally or work it out. The most important thing is actually to get the right answers. Okay, so next one we'll do number bonds. Number bonds, I think in the previous chapter, the number bonds we did, but this time around we are doing numbers within 20. So the numbers will be what will be greater as well. So let's try first for this one. What is actually 11, 2, and this number here? How we get this number here? Okay, the concept would be something like that. 11 plus 2 equals to 13. Okay, 12 plus 3 is actually equals to 15. Next one, 8 plus 5 is actually equals to 13. Next one, 9 plus 7 is actually equals to 16. Okay, let's go through a few more examples. Next one, you must ask yourself this one. 5, what must you add to 5 such that it equals to 17? So we are first, what must you add to 5 gives you 17. So what must I add to 5 gives you 17? The answer is actually take 17 minus 5. It's actually equals to what? 12. That's the answer. 12 here. What must you add to 9 gives you 18? So what must you add to 9 which gives you 18? The answer is 18 minus 9, which is equals to 9 as well. Okay, the next one. What must you add to 3 such that it gives you 13? So what must you add to 3 which gives you 11, sorry. So take 11 minus 3, which is equals to 8. 8 here. Okay, what must you add to 5 such that it gives you 7? So what must you add to 5? It gives you 12, sorry. So we take 12 minus 5, which is 7 right here. So that's how you do number bonds. That's how you do number bonds. Okay, Ken, I think it's actually the same thing, same concept as what we do for numbers within 10. It's just that now the numbers, the values are larger. Yep. Okay, so the next one, we are doing more complicated number bonds. Okay, so let's try some of the examples. The first one, hold on. Okay, so let's try the first one first. 2, 3, 10, and a blank. So the concept is actually like that. 2 plus 3 plus 10 will give you 2 plus 3 is actually, what's 2 plus 3? 2 plus 3 is actually, give a moment. 2 plus 3 is actually equals to 5. 5 plus 10 is actually equals to 15. Same thing, if you can work it out, if you can do it mentally, that would be good. If you can't, just work it out. Do working is fine. Next one, 3 plus 5, 3 plus 4 plus 9. 3 plus 4 is actually 7. 7 plus 9 is actually equals to 16. Okay, let's move on to the next one. 8 plus 7 plus 4 is actually equals to, what's 8 plus 7? It's actually equals to 15. 15 plus 4 is 19. Next one, 6 plus 11 plus 2. What's 6 plus 11? 17. 17 plus 2 is actually equals to 19. Okay, the next one, what blank plus 3 plus 5 is actually equals to 20. Okay, so when we can write out, what must you add to 5, add to 3, such that it gives you 20. So if I were you, I go and work it out. What's this first? What's 5 plus 3? Is actually equals to what? 8. So what plus 8 is actually gives you 20. So what must you add to 8 to give you 20? You just take 20 minus 8, which equals to what? 12. That's the answer. 12 here. Okay, the next example. What must you add to 3 and 6 such that it give you 19? Okay, so let me erase this first. There isn't much space. So what you need to do is actually, what must you add to 3 and 6 such that it give you 19? Ask yourself, what's 3 plus 6? 3 plus 6 actually equals to 9. So it's asking you, what must you add to 9 such that it give you 19? So you take 19 minus 9, which is equals to 10. This is 10. Okay, Ken, so we scroll up. The last two example, same concept. So 7 plus 5 plus blank is actually equals to 18. 7 plus 5 plus blank is actually equals to 18. So what's 7 plus 5? 7 plus 5 is actually equals to 12. So 12 plus what is actually equals to 18. So it's actually 18 minus 12, which is equals to 6. Okay, next example. 7 plus 3 plus blank will give you 17. So let me erase some working because I will need, yep. So, pardon me. So just 7 plus 3 plus blank is actually equals to 17. So 7 plus 3 is actually equals to what? 10. 10 plus blank equals to 17. What's blank? So we just 17 minus 10 equals to 7. Okay, can? Yep. So the number bonds for this few examples I just did are more complicated because there are more branches as compared to the ones before. But the way I do this is actually the same. It's just that more steps involved. Okay, so the next page is actually some of the exercises for number bond with two branches. Okay, I think there are a few examples for you, so pause the video, take some time to work on it. How you approach the question is actually in the previous worksheets. Then the next page we are doing 3 branches, number bond with 3 branches. So just look at the previous exercise, look at the previous worksheet that I just did. That's how you're going to approach the question. Okay, can? So pause the video, give it a try before we move on. Okay, the next one, this one, more than or less than. I think in the previous worksheet we also do the same, more than or lesser than. Okay, so let me zoom in first. Okay, so let's try. It's pretty simple. What number is 5 more than 7? So what number will be 5 more than 7? Just 5 plus 7. So answer will be what? 12. Okay, same thing. What number is 2 more than 13? So what number is 2 more than 13? Just 13. Sorry. Just 13 plus 2. 15. Okay, next one. What number is 3 more than 8? What number is 3 more than 8? It's just 11. 3 plus 8. Okay, next one. What number is 5 more than 7? It's just 5 plus 7, which equals to 12. Same thing, if you can do it mentally will be good. If you can't, just work it out. Next one. What number is 5 less than 12? What number is 5 less than 12? You just take 12 minus 5. 7. What number is actually 2 less than 11? The answer is 9. 11 minus 2. Next one. What number is 8 less than 13? The answer is 5 is 8 less than 13. Next one. What number is 7 less than 15? The answer will be 15 minus 7, which is equals to 8. It's actually equals to 8. Okay, let's move on to a few more example. Next you. What number, 12 is 5 more than which number? So for this example, don't take it that more than is always plus, and every time you see less than will be subtract. You have to look at the question and how it is structured. Okay, so what 12 is actually more than which number? So for this experiment should be 12 minus 5, which is equals to 7. Okay, next one. 18 is actually 3 more than which number? We take 18 minus 3, which is equals to 15. Okay, next number. 15 is actually 7 more than, we take 15 minus 8. 15 minus 7, which is equals to what? 8. Next one. 16 is 8 more than which number? Is 8 more than, you take 16 minus 8, which is equals to 8 as well. 8 as well. Next one. 13 is 2 less than, 13 plus 2. 15. Okay, so what I can do is actually every time we get the answer, I'll try to put it back in and then read the sentence again. Okay, make sure it makes sense. If that doesn't, means you're doing the wrong way. So we're going to retry the questions again. Next one. 15 is 3 lesser than, you take 15 plus 3, which is 18. Next one. 8 is 3 less than 11. 8 plus 3, 11. 9 is 7 less than, 9 is actually 7 less than 16. 9 plus 7. Next example. 18 is how much more than 3? 18 is actually how much more than 3? We take 18 minus 3 to find the difference, which is 15. Next one. 17 is how much more than 5? 17 is actually how much more than 5? 17 minus 5, which equals to 12. Next one. 13 is how much more than 8? 13 minus 8, 5. Next one. 16 is how much more than 7? 16 minus 7, which is equals to 9. Okay, we just do a few more examples, last 8 examples. What number 8 is actually how many less than 15? It will be just 15 minus 8, which is 7. Okay, 5 is how much lesser than 18? 5 is how much lesser than 18? 18 minus 5 equals to 13. Okay, next one. 13 is how much lesser than 15? 13 is 2 lesser than 15. Next one. 11 is how much lesser than 16? We say 16 minus 11, which equals to 5. Okay, 18 is 3 more than which number? We just take 18 minus 3, which is say 15. Okay, so I think the most important thing about this kind of questions is actually not to like memorize like more than is plus and lesser than is actually minus. Look at how the question is structured, and then from there you reason it yourself. Once you get the answer, you put it back in and read the sentence again and see whether it makes sense to you or not. Okay, 9 is 7 less than, 9 is actually 7 less than 9 plus 7, 16. Okay, last two. Which odd number is actually 5 lesser than 12? The answer is 12 minus 5, which is 7 here. 7. Next one. Which number is 3 more than 12? Which number is 3 more than 12 is actually 15. It's actually 15. Okay, Ken? So, as what I told you, for all this example I just did, please note that don't memorize that more than is always plus, lesser than is always minus. In some cases, yes, that's the way, but in some cases it isn't. So try to work out the answer, put it back in, and read the question again. If it makes sense, then it's right, but it doesn't means you are doing the wrong way. Okay, Ken? So for the next exercise, the next page is actually, I actually came up with a few exercises for you to work on. Same thing, pause the video, take some time to go through it. Same thing, try to work out the answer, put it back in, make sure it makes sense. If it doesn't, means you're doing it wrongly. Okay, Ken? The next one, we'll be doing number sentence. We'll be doing number sentence again. Let's zoom in. So the first one will be this one. So what must you add to 3 gives you 18? What must you get if 3 gives you 18 is actually equals to 15. 18 minus 3 is 15. Okay, what must you add to 2 gives you, what must you add to 2 gives you 11? The answer is 9. 11 minus 2, 9. Next one, what must you add to 7 give you 15? The answer is 8. 15 minus 7, 8. Next one, what must you add to 8 will give you 13? It will be 5. 13 minus 8, 5. Okay, next one, what number must you add to 3 gives you 19? The answer is just 19 minus 3, 16. Next one, what number must you add to 8 which gives you 15? We take 15 minus 8, which is equal to 7. It's actually 7. Next one, what must you add to 7 give you 13? The answer is 6. What must you get to 9 such I get you? This one will be 18 minus 9 equals to 9 here. Next one, what number must you subtract 3 from? What number must you subtract 3 from? So it's actually get 12. For this one is actually 12 plus 3 equals to 15. Okay, the way you do this question is the same as the previous one. Try to work out a solution, put it back in, and read the sentence again. If it's logical, then it's right. If it's not, then please do it another method. Okay, next one. What number must you minus 3 from such you get 15? Same example, 15 plus 3 will be equals to what? 18. Next one. What must you subtract 7 from? What number must you subtract 7 from such that it gives you 8? The answer, which is 8 plus 7, is actually equals to 15. Next one, what number must you subtract 9 from? So it gives you 6. The answer will be 9 plus 6, which is equals to 15. Okay, well, 16 minus blank is actually give you 5. So what's the answer? 16 minus 5, 11. Next one, 18 minus what number will give you 3? It will be just 18 minus 3, 15. Next one, 17 minus what number will give you 9? Just 17 minus 9, 8. Next one, 13 minus what number will give you 5? 13 minus 5 gives you 8. Same thing for this. Don't take it as waste. If let's say in a number sentence you say minus means you need to minus in the working. Every time you see plus, you need to plus. It really depends on how the sentence is being structured. Okay, so get an answer. Once you get an answer, sub it in and make sure it's logical. If it's not logical, it means you're not doing the right way. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, what must you add 7 to such will give you 15? It's just 15 minus 7, which is equals to 8. What must you add? What must you do? 2 such will give you 13, which is just 13 minus 2 equals to 11. Okay, what must you add to 3? It gives you 11. 11 minus 3, 8. Next one, what must you add to 5 such will give you 13? Just 13 minus 5 equals to 8. Next one, what number must you subtract 2 from such will give you 11? So there's actually 11 plus 2. Okay, although it's right minus here, so the working is in minus. So you look at this, you read out that 13 minus 2. What's 13 minus 2? Is it 11? If it is, then it's correct. If it isn't, then after you work it out again. Okay, you need to redo it. Next one, what number must you subtract 3 from such that you get 15? So although this is actually minus, but the answer is not that, it will be 16 plus 3 equals to 18. Next one, 19 minus what number will give you 12? Also, there's actually 19 minus 12, which is 7. Next one, 18 minus what number will give you 7? The answer is actually what? 18 minus 7, 11. Next one, what must you add to 8 such that it gives you 15? Such that it gives you 15. It should be 15 minus 8, which is 7. What must you add to what number must you subtract 8 from such that you get 7? The answer is actually 8 plus 7, which is equals to 15. Next one, what must you add 6 to such that you get 19? The answer is actually 19 minus 6, which is equals to 13. Okay, what number must you subtract 20 minus what number will give you 3? For this one, just 20 minus 3, which is 17. Okay, can? So my general advice for all these questions is actually try to work out a solution. Okay, don't always assume that, oh, every time you see plus will be add, every time you see minus will need to be subtract. It's not always the case. As I mentioned before, it really depends on how the sentence is being structured. Okay, always get our solution, sub it back in, and read the number sentence again. Make sure it makes sense. If it isn't, then try to work out another solutions. Okay, can? Okay, let's go to the next page. The next page is actually the same thing, but it's actually your exercises. So I come up with a few questions. So at the same time, now you can actually pause the video, take some time to actually work through it. Remember, get a solution, put it back in, and read the sentence again. Just like that. Okay, can? Okay, so now today we'll do a little bit of word problems. We're going to do a little bit of word problems. Okay, let's zoom it in. Let's try the first one first. The question states that Ali has 12 apples. Okay, Mary has 7 apples. So how many more apples does Ali have than Mary? So I think the best way to do in primary level, lower primary, or even primary level math problem, I think the best way is actually to draw a model such that you can better represent the problem and we won't get any careless mistake. So let's try first Ali. We have 12. And then we have Mary here, which has what? 7 here. The question says how many more apples does Ali have than Mary? So we are trying to find the difference right here. We are actually trying to find the difference right here. Okay, so what you do is actually just take 12 minus 7, which equals to 5. That's the answer. Okay, next question. How many apples do we have in total? So means we are trying to actually find here. So what you do, just take 12 plus 7, which is equals to 19. That's how you solve these two parts. Okay, I think model drawing is very important. So just draw the model. It will better represent the question. Next question. It's given that Ali has 13 apples, Mary has 6 apples. How many more apples does Ali have than Mary? So it's actually the same thing. So Ali 13, Mary, we only have a 6 here. So the question is asking how many more apples does Ali have than Mary? So we are talking about the difference, which is right here. Okay, so find this difference, we just take 13 minus 6, which is equals to 7. Okay, same thing, you work it out mentally would be good, else you can actually draw a line and then you do your working right here. You can just do your working right here. Next one. The question will say that how many more apples do I have in total in all? So we are talking about the total right here, which is here. So just take 13 plus 6, which actually equals to what? 19. That's the answer. Sorry. Next one. It's given that. Next question. It's given that Ali has. Sorry. It's given that Ali has 7 apples and Ali has 5 more apples than Ali. So how many apples does Mary have? So let's draw the model. Ali got 7 of it. Now question say that Mary has what? 5 more than Ali. This is what you're gonna do. If this component here is 7, which component is also 7? This component is also must be equal to 7. Next question, let's answer the question. How many apples does Mary have? So we are talking about what? This portion right here. So how much do we have? We just take what? 7 plus 5, which equals to 12. Okay, the next one. The question will ask you, how many apples do we have in total? Do we have in total? So it means you are trying to find what? The total right here. Okay. So you can look at the model. We know that Mary has what? Mary has 12. Agree? So what you can do is actually just take total number of apples, just take 12 plus 7, which equals to 19. That's the answer. Okay. Next one. Next one. Let's read the question. Ali has 11 apples. Mary has 3 lesser apples than Ali. How many apples does Mary have? So the first step, we draw Ali first, which is 11 apples. Mary has 3 lesser apples than Ali. So where's the 3? The 3 will be actually this portion right here. So how do we find Mary? We just take 11 minus 3, which equals to 8. Means Mary got 8. Sorry, you guys really have 8 right here. Next one. How many apples do we have in total? So look at the model, it's just 11 plus 8 equals to 19. Okay, so for this kind of question, I think my best advice to any student is just you really have to just draw the model. Once you draw the model, everything will be very much clearer. Okay, the chance of careless mistakes is very slim. Okay, so same thing, the next page I'll actually come up with some questions. Pause the video, take some time to actually go work through it. Okay, draw the model, highlight the question. Okay, you won't ever go wrong. Okay, the next one, we have more word problems. Let's try this one. Let's read first. Ali and Mary have 20 apples. Ali has 6 apples. So how many apples does Mary have? Okay, if you look at this, the first sentence is actually what we call as the altogether sentence, means the total sentence. In this case, we will actually put it to the last. This clue we will not use first. We start from this one instead. This one. Ali got 6 apples. So I draw first Ali. There are 6. So we use this clue. Next one, the question says Ali and Mary have what? 20 apples. Means what? Ali and Mary. Sorry. Okay. The question says Ali and Mary have 20. So means the total here is actually equals to 20. So how many apples does Mary have? That's my question. So what you do, look at the model. If you just take 20 minus 6, it's actually equals to 14. That will be the amount of apples she has, which is 14. So once you know that, we write it in 14 right here. Next question. How many more apples does Mary have than Ali? So we are talking about which component here. We're trying to find the difference right here. Okay, so what you need to do, just take 14 minus 6, which is equals to 8. Okay, same thing as all this problem. Model representation will be very clear here. Next question. Ali and Mary have 16 apples. Ali has 9 apples. So how many apples does Mary have? Same thing, if we look at the first one, you can see that we have an altogether sentence here. We will put it to the last. We'll use these clues instead first. Ali has 9 apples. So we draw Ali, 9 apples right here. Okay, Mary is here. Ali and Mary have 16, so in total here we have what? 16. So Mary have a certain amount. How much is it? How many apples does he have? I'm not too sure. So I just draw it first. So we are trying to find what? This portion right here. We're trying to find this portion here. Okay, so to find this Mary here, we just take 16 minus 9. It's actually equals to 7. It's actually equals to 7. Okay, so this part is actually equals to 7. 7, yeah. So Mary has 7. Next one. How many more apples does Ali have than Mary? So, means we are trying to find this one. The difference. So look at the model. To get the difference right there, just take 9 minus 7, which is equals to 2. That's the answer. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Let's read. Ali has 12 apples. Mary has 5 less apples than Ali. So how many apples does Mary have? Same thing, model representation. Ali, 12 apples. Mary, 5 less than Ali. So how do we draw 5? 5 will be from here to here. That's 5. So we are trying to find what? Mary right here. So what I do, just take 12 minus 5, which equals to what? 7. So means this is actually 7. Mary 7, sorry, should get the eraser. Okay, so means this portion here is actually equals to 7. Next one, how many more apples? How many apples, sorry, not more apples. It should be how many apples does both Ali and Mary have? So in the model, we are trying to find where? In the model, we are trying to find right here. So look at the model, it's just simply 12 plus 7, 19. Okay, can? So just follow my advice. Is actually the best way to actually do this is actually just draw a model. You won't go wrong. You won't go wrong with this. Okay, can? The next one. Ali has 11 apples. Ali has 3 more apples than Mary. So how many apples does Mary have? Model drawing. Ali, 11 apples. Ali has 3 more than Mary. So if Ali has 3 more than Ali, it means what? Mary should have lesser than Ali. So how do you indicate the 3 here? The 3 will be here, what? Right here. Okay, so we are trying to find this portion right here. So how to find this portion? Look at the model. It's pretty simple. Just take 11 minus 3, which equals to 8. The next question. The question says that what? How many apples do they have in total? So how many apples means you are trying to find the total between here and here. So just look at model. It's just simply 11 plus 8, which is equals to 19. Okay? Can? Yep. So same thing. My best advice is actually just to draw a model. Okay, to have better model, it will better represent everything. Okay, same thing. The next 4 questions is actually, some exercises. How we're going to approach is actually similar to the previous worksheet. So pause the video, draw the models, and try to attempt the questions. Okay, remember the all-together sentence, like for this one, usually we put to the last. Okay, can? Okay, let's move on. Sorry. Okay. Oh, okay. So we have actually done for the chapter numbers within 20. So what's the difference between this and the previous topic, which is numbers within 10? Basically, it's more or less the same. It's just the values are actually bigger, so you may have a harder time to calculate. But the way you do word problems, the way you do number bonds will be exactly the same. Okay, can? Just do the following assignments on the paper. Any questions, you can direct it to me. Can? Okay, thank you.